Stella Stark is a private investigator. She was going to go to law school. She dropped out because her then boyfriend was like, well, hey, why don't you join me in my private investigation firm? She does this. And she discovered, as so many women do, if you put all your eggs in one basket and then you drop that basket, bad things. So when she discovers her husband cheating, which she does by sneaking into her own house and finding another woman in his bed, then she is not only lost a relationship, she's lost her house and she's lost her job. So she kind of has to pick herself up and put it all back together. And the book actually starts with her as a young child, in which she calls herself a karmic facilitator. So when she is mistreated, she kind of gets revenge on her great aunt Edna by hiding a puzzle piece. And that puzzle piece is now framed on her apartment wall. But she doesn't know how to start over again until she's kind of telling this story. And she's like, too bad I can't make a living off spite. And her newfound friends come up with the idea of Little Miss Petty, which is someone wronged you, karma not working fast enough for you. And that's how she comes up with this lucrative job. With the main requirement is that it has to be something logical. It has to be a logical consequence. The two main characters, like, of the friend group are Havisham, who is a bartender, and Salcedo, who comes in the story a little later. And one of the funny things that happened with this book is I was toying with generations. So Havisham is a boomer, and Salcedo is an elder Zoomer, and Stella is a millennial. And I had a character who was Stella's mother, who was Generation X, which is actually my generation. And on the cutting floor, that character was lost. And as I realized that, I was like, that tracks. Yeah, let's just take Gen X right out of this, other than the author. But Havisham was left at the altar, which is a callback to Dickens, obviously. And Salcedo enters the story. There's a guy who's about to do her wrong, and that's one of Stella's first acts, is to call him out on it. And that's how the three of them become friends. And they do call each other by their last name. That is kind of a nod to a friend of mine, Nikki Salcedo, and we were all calling each other by our last names. And so that's kind of a little in-joke right there. I love toying with the idea of her thinking that she's going to get revenge on somebody and it being the wrong person. So I had to think long and hard on how you could possibly confuse two different people. But Malone, much like most of my other heroes, is so decent at his core, which I personally find attractive. I mean, I know there are a lot of people making a lot of money off of billionaires and bad boys, but I like the good guys. I like the ones who play with kittens and have witty banter and treat women right. And so that was the fun part of that, managing Stella's expectations as he continually proved himself to be better than she expected him to be. Dialogue is one of the first parts of the story. And then as I go through the revision process, I'll come back through and like, hey, hi, maybe people want to know what room this is happening in. But the dialogue definitely flows. I think that comes from my subconscious. Definitely, I am not controlling the characters. They are saying whatever they want to say. I might dial it back in editing, but they're just doing their thing.